Hey guys, welcome back. It's Banana Cooler Episode 2 of the podcast. We've done a few shorts, but we're going to do a full Episode 2 here and get everybody caught up on what's been going on. There's been tons going on. The last 2 days, NFL free agency have been wild. I really wanted to focus on, the team near and dear to my heart, the Falcons. The signing of Kirk Cousins. Not the person I would have preferred that we signed. I was really hoping we'd make a trade for Justin Fields, who's much younger. But we'll take Cousins. He's coming off an Achilles injury. He's 35, but he's having a good season last season until he got hurt. 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 111.5 QBR, and definitely an upgrade over Taylor Heineke. Excuse me, and Desmond Ridder. If anybody watched the Falcons last year, it was just really disjointed. Coach Smith, not my favorite play caller, especially considering the weapons we have. Pitts, we drafted Pitts 3 years ago, London 2 years ago, Bijan last year, and it seemed like they're reluctant to get them the ball. They preferred our backup and third string tight ends over Pitts. So I think it's exciting that way. We're going to have someone that's confident and, capable to get the playmakers the ball. Just a lot of risk. Like I said, 4 years, $140 million, 100 of that guaranteed for someone coming off an Achilles injury. We did sign Mooney from the Bears this morning, so he'll be our wide receiver too. So that's exciting. And like I said, if you're a quarterback coming to any team, to have Pitts, Robinson, London, and now Mooney, and you can't forget about Tyler Algier as the power back, it's quite a good offense. Let's see if they can make it a great offense, this season. But lots going on and exciting news. Like I said, I'll support whoever is the quarterback. We've been through quite a few. We've been through Joey Harrington. We've had Michael Vick, Chris Redman, Steve Bartkowski, Chris Miller. Matt Ryan was a great quarterback, led us to the Super Bowl. And for those who want to bring up 28-3, please put it in the comments. I haven't heard enough about it, so please let me know your thoughts on the 28-3 Super Bowl. It's super exciting, and it's a kind of a new look for the Falcons, and it should give us an opportunity, probably, I would think, to draft an edge in the first round. But we'll see what they do. They're always full of surprises, so you never know. But like I said, interesting couple of days, lots going on, and Derrick Henry signed with the Ravens today, so we'll get into more of that in a little bit. But thanks. Hey guys, let's talk NFL free agency again, and I want to focus specifically on all the running back movement. And this is interesting because it's one of those positions that used to be the super position, and it's kind of went away from that in the last 10 to 15 years in the NFL, and a little bit undervalued, and they are definitely feeling underpaid. But we've seen so much movement yesterday and today so far with running backs moving from team to team, and especially Saquon to the Eagles. So going from the Giants to the Eagles in the same division, that's going to be super interesting. I think Saquon still has a lot left in the tank. Just needs to stay healthy, and it's easier said than done when you're in that position. One of the toughest positions in all of sports. I think you take a lot of punishment as a running back. We have Derrick Henry to the Ravens. I think the rumors were they were trying to trade for him last year, but King Henry to the Ravens. Probably the top running back in the last 10 years in the NFL. Probably the most well thought of for sure. So that'll be good for the Ravens. Let's just hope that they don't go away from what makes them great in the playoffs again like they did last year. Run the damn ball in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens with them. Josh Jacobs to the Packers. We have Aaron Jones to the Vikings, another division rival. Aaron Jones is a great running back, and the Vikings seem to go through them quite a bit, so that should be interesting as well. And then Joe Mixon to the Texans, and then Austin Eckler, who I think is very underrated running back, going to the Commanders. So a good pickup from the Commanders. I think Eckler brings a lot. It was a tough season for him last year, but he always delivers, and he's had some really good numbers, and I think he's kind of underrated in the league too, and that probably comes from playing the Chargers and not being in the playoffs very much. But got hurt last year and didn't have his best season, but so much movement with the running backs, and we'll see if they ever get back to the value they had. It should be interesting, and I think with all this movement, it'll be interesting to see, because this is a wide receiver draft. There are going to be a lot of wide receivers drafted in the first 2 rounds, and I don't think there's going to be a ton of running backs off the board. So these teams are trying to get that out of the way through free agency, and like I said, a lot of the same guys, just changing logos and changing cities. So it's super interesting. Hey guys, just wanted to explore something I thought was super interesting. I'm not sure if everyone has been following spring training in baseball, but the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are just loaded with talent, they signed Shohei. They already had a great lineup. They're actually moving Mookie Betts to play shortstop to replace Gavin Lux, which is a big move, and apparently they're doing it because Lux wasn't looking good in the preseason so far. Short hopping, throws to first base. But wow, what a great move for Betts. He was drafted originally as a shortstop, but he's been playing outfield. But what a move for him to change positions, after such, great seasons and such a great career. He's a .294 lifetime hitter with an OPS of 373, which is pretty stellar. But imagine the riches you have when you're taking Lux out of the lineup and moving Betts to shortstop. It's going to be such an interesting season for the Dodgers with all their free agent signings, and like I said, having Shohei as their DH, and he won't be pitching this year, but he'll be just DHing, and it's always interesting to see how these teams that make all these flashy signings do, but the Dodgers are perennial favorite to get to the playoffs and perennial favorite to win the World Series. So it should be even more interesting this season, and shout out to Betts for doing whatever it takes for his team to win, and making the change and going back to what he was drafted as a shortstop.